Hey guys, how's it going? Listen, in this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips that I believe will help you in your interview process. Now, yes, I'm in the tech industry, but I believe these tips will help you even in other industries that you're going for that job in. So pay attention. Number 1 is this: do your due diligence. Now that might sound like a given. And when I say do your due diligence, I don't just mean to look at the location of where the interview is going to be held and in order to plan your route. That too. But when I say do your due diligence, usually what I mean is this. I mean, look at the company, do your study and to check what the company's about. And usually within tech or certain companies, they have a flagship product. What I mean by that is it's a product that they are most proud of. Whether it's a software development company, they may have a product like a telecommunication product that is their flagship product. It's the product that they're more proud of, or that they offer mostly to their clients. Or if it's not in a tech company, they may have a business unit or a function of the company that they're most proud of. And what I usually do is when I'm in the interview where I get a chance, I'll say to them, well, I've looked at this product, whether it's a telecommunication product or a service that they provide a company, and I'll say, I've seen that you received great achievements and great compliments or responses from this product, and I saw it and I thought, wow, looks like you've got a good team here in this company if you're able to produce such software or products or services like this. And I just felt to myself that I would really be proud to work for a company that is able to reach or achieve such achievements. And what that does, it lets them know that I've done my due diligence, I've studied, and I'm also on board with what the company is doing and pretty much aware of the company's achievements. Number 2 is this: answer the question that they are asking. A lot of the time we think we're answering the question, but we're not, or we're taking a long-winded way of answering the question. For example, the employer might say to you, well, tell me a little bit about yourself. Oh, well, I like to play football on Saturdays and go rugby on Sundays and things like that. Yeah, you're telling them about your extracurricular activity, but you have to understand why they're asking the question. The whole reason that you're there sitting before this employer, this organization, is to prove that you're the person for the role. And so they want to know what about you, about your background, that they can apply or see from your background, which makes you the person for this role. So in answering a question like that, you would tailor it to the role. Well, I'll talk about my achievements, my experience, things that I do in my pastime will come last. And even the things I do in my pastime, I will still tailor it in a way that shows I can benefit the company. So, in my pastime, I like to read a lot and just keep up to date with legislation and skills and technology so that I can keep on the edge of my game and just understand more and more what's coming in the future so that I can more and more prepare myself for the market. You still answer what I'm doing in my pastime, but I'm still tailoring it in a way that is going to impact my work life for the better. So don't just answer questions wildly. Understand why they're asking you the question and respond to it concisely. Number 3 is this: sometimes the employer will ask you, well, tell me what's your area of weakness. And you don't want to just say to them, well, I don't like getting up in the morning and I can't really be bothered to work. You don't really want to give them the whole truth, do you? It seems like a question that is just to bait you. But what you want to do, or what you want to try to do, is make your curse their benefit, if I can say it that way. So one of the ways you can respond to that is, one of the things that I find is a weakness or challenging for me is that sometimes when I'm at home, I'm still trying to plan and think of how I'm going to better execute my workload the next day. And I know that I need to pull away from work sometimes, but sometimes I just like to know that I'm on top of everything. And what that does is it kind of paints the picture that you're taking this as something that you know that you need to change, but at the same time, it shows them that this guy's really, or this woman's really about their workload and about perfecting or operating at a level of excellence in order to get things done. And so you're not really making it come across as a you're making it come across as a weakness, but it's not really coming across as a weakness to the organization. It's still coming across in a way that can be beneficial to them. The fourth one is this. Usually at the end of an interview, the employer would ask you, is there any questions that you have? Now, you may not have any questions, or you may have a question that you want to fire at them, but if you don't have any questions in your mind, one of the things you could ask them is just the interviewing process. Do you have many candidates left to interview after myself? For example, you can ask that. What that does is they will either tell you, yes, we have quite a few candidates. It kind of enables you to understand how close you are to getting the job, how long it could take. They may say, actually, you're the last candidate. And sometimes I usually get a kind of indication of how good the interview's gone. Because sometimes I've had people say, we've had a few candidates, we've got a few other candidates that we'd like to interview. However, I can't say anything right now, but I feel like we know what we want to do at this point. And that usually gives me an indication that, yeah, I think I've secured it, hopefully. But it lets you know the time frames kind of thing of how long you could wait possibly, because they might say you've got another 10 candidates. Actually, they might say to me, just put this post out, you're the first interview. But it's a good question to ask. And you can then just say, will I be getting any feedback from this interview if I'm not selected, and things like that. Just to ask about the process, and it enables you to get insight to the way that they're going to carry out this process and how close you are to getting the job. The fifth one is this, and this is more of a personal touch. I like to, at the end of the interview, just shake hands. Now, I know we've had COVID and some years ago, and some people don't want to do the shaking hand thing, but I still like to look the person in the eye, whether there's 3 people that I've been interviewed by or 1, and just shake their hands and just thank them for the time. And usually that just lets them know that I'm grateful, my mannerism is in the right place, and that I'm a people person. Now, employers or people that are interviewing you, they usually make up their decision, or kind of first impressions count, but also last impressions count. And so doing such things leaves a last impression in their mind. Yeah, who was that guy? I remember that guy, candidate, 13, 14? I remember his handshake, looked us in the eye, very confident, very nice guy. I think he'll fit into the organization well. So these kind of things also help to go in your favor. Hope that helps.